our village came into being. Such were its humble beginnings. Enough people had settled here at the head of the valley, between wooded hills, to be given their own charter. The name of the village was Ewell, derived from the Anglo-Saxon word for a river spring. A monk would occasionally ride out from Canterbury to Ewell to preach and to teach about Christ. The folks built a small oblong church with rubble walls and a thatched roof. Monasteries and abbeys were built at Dover, Folkestone, Lyminge, Reculver and Canterbury. Viking pirate ships, lured by the tales of riches, scourged the land for 50 summers, and in 850 they seized Thanet, sailed up the Stour and stormed Canterbury. The Vikings formed Danish settlements and in 865 ravaged the whole of East Kent. This cycle of violence went on for 2 centuries. Both church and country needed fresh blood and discipline, and they found both in 1066, when King Harold met his death at Hastings, and William and his Norman adventurers marched from Dover to Canterbury. In 1085, William assessed the taxable potential of the country, collating in the process what we know as the Domesday Book. Europe became involved in the Crusades to the Holy Land. After the capture of Jerusalem, the Order of Knights Templar were formed, under Hugh de Payens, a Knight of Burgundy. He was granted a dwelling on the site of Temple of Solomon, hence the name Templars. The main purpose of the Knights Templars was to protect the land. And how did all this affect our village in Kent? The master of the Templars met the King of England in Normandy and arranged for houses of the order to be set up in Britain. It is scarcely surprising they found the situation of Ewell so near to the coast and on the direct route to London particularly favourable. The land in and around Ewell was presented to the Templars, who from then on became the new landlords, forming a preceptory and building a church. The most important legacy the Templars gave us was the name of our village, Temple et Ewell, and a new church of which the north and south walls survive, as do their Norman archway and the 8-pointed Templars cross, which was in the chancel floor, but is now in the port. The Crusades were going disastrously, and Jerusalem fell in 1187. Palestine and most of Syria were lost. So, King John, villain English historical folklore, came to the throne and ruled from 1189 to 1216. Described as greedy, a poor administrator and poor warrior, he bestowed benefits and power on the Templars. John retaliated by refusing Langton permission to land in England and confiscated church and papal lands. For 6 years, the voice of the church was largely silent in England. The dead were buried in unconsecrated ground. Many never went to church, and the Pope's declaration that John was deposed made little impression. However, it was the threat of a French invasion sanctioned by the Pope which had John worried. Here suddenly little Ewell enters the world stage. In 1213, King John came hot foot to Kent. Accounts vary whether his meeting with Pandulf, the papal legate, took place in the Templar Church on the Western Heights or at the Templar Master's house in Temple Ewell. We like to think that it was right here, as it makes a lot more sense when one considers that both parties would have travelled with an entourage and needed hospitality. On the 15th of May, 1213, the king submits to the Pope and does so in the most abject, grovelling terms.
Who is it who seeks an audience with Pandulf, legate from his Holy Father in Rome?
I, King John of England,
What is your purpose?
to seek forgiveness for my past sins. Come near, John. I surrender my crown and my kingdom.
John of England, do you swear to become liege man of His Holiness the Pope?
I do swear.
Will you pay homage to him?
I do so swear.
Will you receive and hold your kingdom as fief of Rome?
I do so swear.
Then by the power given to me by His Holiness the Pope,
I forgive your sins and accept your kingdom into the Pope's hands.
Let all men know that the King has subjected England and Ireland to the Holy Roman Church and has given his territories to God and the Holy Pope. He and his heirs are to hold them of the Lord Pope, his successors. Publicly and before everyone, he has done fealty to the Holy Roman Church and sworn homage on the gospel. With their overlord in Rome and 1/3 of the land in England now belonging to monks, the church in England was going through difficult times. So too were the Knights Templar. Philip IV of France envied their power and wealth and saw an opportunity to write off his debts and seize their wealth. Finally, in the spring of 1312, the Order of the Knights Templar dissolved. And so, we come back to our beginnings and give thanks for all those who have kept our church, faith and village alive over the centuries. Time, like an ever-rolling stream, bears all its sons away. But let us not forget that each one of us here today plays a part in the ever-continuing pageant of our history.
Everyone's going off now. We'll chat them as they go.